Season 3 of Jimmy Neutron was where things veered. Not that it wasn't had a giant alien, but its final season got weird, even by its own standards. One moment of change is in the episode One of Us. Sheen telling Jimmy and Carl about a new show that he's been watching called Show. And they all should watch it because it'll make them happy. Jimmy ignores it and goes to do some weird prepubescent stuff on his computer, like Photoshop him and his crush's heads into wedding photos. However, and will not stop the show. Soon enough, Jimmy starts noticing that everyone is acting different.
Somebody doesn't have a talent.
I have talent.
You believe in yourself. And that's what's going to make your act so unintentionally hilarious. Now, what should I put you down for?
Crush, Betty, convinces him to give it a go. Finally, old woman named Grandma Taters. He watches 10 seconds of it before turning it off, because it's just that bad. The next day at school, all the kids are desperately trying to get Jimmy to give it another chance. Betty asked him to come over and watch it with him. But house that night, he sees the entire town is after Jimmy, trying to force him to watch a show. Luckily, Cindy, who just returned from a karate competition, has not been affected yet.
No, I didn't make him. I just told him he wasn't good enough.
So what? Look at this talent show.
The Happy Show Show is actually a parody of...
Phantom rarely ever gets scary. Ghosts are more often than not played for laughs. Surprisingly enough, the most comes from Danny himself. Well, sorta. The ultimate enemy, shit gets real. 10 years into the future, the Earth is in ruins. All time is making the lives of the survivors a living hell. And that ghost is the adult Danny Phantom. And convoluted explanations for how ghost forms work. Eventually, present-day Danny's future self. And learn how exactly he became in the first place. It turns out that right after Danny travels into the future, an event takes place that turns him into this demon. This event being an experiment, Mr. Lancer. Danny was then forced to move in with the only person who has a chance of understanding him, Masters, who is also half ghost, and arch nemesis, Vlad Masters, who is also half ghost. Didn't do much good for Danny. He asked Vlad to remove his human half, so he wouldn't have to suffer Danny. He asked Vlad to remove his human half, so he wouldn't have to suffer human emotions anymore. He does so, reluctantly, but now Danny's ghost form does the unthinkable. He rips Vlad's ghost form out of him and fuses with it. And it turns Danny into an irredeemable monster.
These pancakes and cans of the earth or something.
I like to think waffles is more of a thinking person's breakfast. You can't just put it in a pan and expect it to become breakfast. No. It's way too simple. I don't trust it. No. Having to be between two irons, waffle irons, if you will.
I mean, you can tell how messed up this episode is going to be right from the title card, showing a being and bruised up Danny. After his defeat, never seen again. The ending...
True about this update. See this nonsense I have to deal with? Well, actually,
As we mentioned earlier in the video, Rugrats is full of disturbing moments. Given that the series is shown, it makes sense that the world we see can be fright. Babies don't have the knowledge and sense of the world that we adults do. There are some fucked up things in this series that would make even adults lie awake at night. Looking at a few choice scenes from the series to choose from. First up, from the episode Angelica's Worst Nightmare, we were treated to muster up her new baby brother.
So, have you seen Carrie today?
You don't even know. She's at your dumb animal school.
You're kidding. Well, I guess I'll be rolling with the boyos from my old crew today then.
But this baby is a massive, drooling, and obnoxious tyrant who ends up eating her. Yikes.
all right, students, open your books to chapter 13.
Now this is the way a school should be. No.
Mysterious Mr. Friend. Friend, an animatronic clown robot that Stu designs as a toy for the babies. Any normal child, they are a clown robot that Stu designs as a toy for the babies. Unfortunately, like any normal child, they are terrified of Mr. Friend, and so were we, the audience. Not only is one of these hellish dolls bad enough, soon enough there were tons being developed in the basement. A mess where the babies fight like hell to decimate the robot clowns, finally laying Mr. Friend to rest. However, one survives and finds its way to Angelica, who finds him fun and exciting. The most infamous, disturbing moment in Rugrats comes to us from the episode Time. He's having trouble distinguishing reality from his nightmares.
But that monkey has mad skills.
Oh, I knew that. A monkey on head. Hang with us.
This moment terrified a generation of children and resulted in nightmares galore. And if that wasn't enough, they bring back the scene at the end with a fake stew.
Despite being named Wrath of the Krampus, this is not a Christmas episode of Missed Opportunity. What it is, however, is a disturbing romp through an abandoned doll factory,